Good morning. And then you ask them if everybody can.
Jabohatza, can y'all hear me? Oh, I know. Okay. All right. Istungon Jokayadega, Anthony.
Stång Jesus, vadå?
Istungon Jokayadega. Okay. If I need more, Istungon Jokayadega. Istungon Jokayadega. That means more than one. More than one. Okay? Istungon Jokayadega. That's more than one. Now look at the ending, guys. Aga. And then Istungon Jokayadega. That's for one. Okay? But when you say aga, you're saying more than one. Okay? Greetings and responses. This was the first week, but we're gonna go back over this because I'm still still trying to go back and showing you sounds, okay? How sounds, why I stress sounds. I do stress them and I'm gonna show you why. Hishjay. I don't usually use hishjay. It means hello, but I don't usually use that. For me, I use istungo. Are you all right? Or how are you? Okay. Istungo, that's the way that's the way what I use. I rarely use hishjay. I usually say istungo. And they'll say, now this is response. How are you? And you can say, Istunges os, I am well, I am all right. And then you ask them, Mun chinda, and how about you? And how about you? Okay, then you say, Imungos, still the same. You can say Istungo, and you can say Imungos. Imungos, still the same. So I use Istungo, And on this end, you don't even have to put the mun right here. You can just say, chinda. Istungo, chinda. Istungesos. Or you can say imungos, still the same. Imungos. Imungos. Okay. Then we have, okay, now I want y'all to really look at this now. Chinahamgalgi istungon fulla. China is your body. Hamgalgi means in what? Istungon fulla, body in one, okay, around. Fulla means like it goes around. Fulla means you go around, or it's wandering around. Wandering around. So you're saying Jina hamgalgi istungon fulla. That means your relatives, is your family doing okay? Istungon fullis, all right, they're all right. Hubidagida. How about the kids? Now hubidagi is formal. I just say bidagi. Bidagi da dungon fulla. Bidagi. See, this is more formal, but as you know, I told you before, the way we teach, we speak different from what we teach. And that's how come I'm going through some of this. Instead of saying istungon, we say stungon. We say stungon fullis. They're all right around. And good around heathen fullis. But we usually say bidagi. But this is formal. Hobidagi is a formal word for bidagi. But when we're actually speaking to one another, when we're in just a conversation, we speak different. We cut off words, we add endings, we take away the beginnings, we take away endings. And it's understood. It's understood, you know. I was kind of intimidated to talk to this 96-year-old woman because I wondered, you know, how she spoke. And it was no different. You know, it was no different. So like here, it's dongesos. You can say dongesos, and that's what you'll hear. Dongesos. I am well, I'm all right. And you know, you don't have to put this morning, you can just say chinda. And right here, stongo, instead of istongo. See, anybody have any questions on this? And what I'm doing here, guys. Darn, this thing's going nuts. Can y'all still see me and hear me?
We can.
Okay, so see how what I'm doing here is taking this, and I got another thing coming here, and I'm gonna show you how things are written, but we speak different, okay? And so I think, to me, I mean, this is my thinking, and y'all can correct me. You let me know, and I'll go back. But I'm gonna start the way we speak. The way we speak to each other, and it is understood. We speak to each other like that. Remember some of those words I had before? I said, you know, this is the word for it, but we cut it off here. That's how we speak. Instead of saying imogos, we say, well, right here, this is good, but right here, estungesos. We say stungesos. Instead of saying is, we just say stungesos. And I want y'all to, when they have a gathering, listen to people talk. Listen to them speak. You'll hear what I'm teaching you right now. You will hear it, okay? You will hear it. Right here. Jina hamgalge is tungon folla. We can say right here, Jina hamgalge is family, but you can say, I had another one, man. It's lost here somewhere. The way we really spoke about greetings, okay? You can just say, Dongo Nabunga-chan, are y'all living okay? Okay. All right, they're okay. Instead of saying it's Dongon there, you could say Dongon for this. Dongon for this. Be that. Even for this, they're going around good. Even. Okay, haven't seen you in a long time. They say this too. Oh my Lord, this thing's going nuts. It said Jina Ji Hijagat Hufunida. Ji Hijagat Hufunida. Ji Hijagat Hufunida. That means I haven't seen you in a long time. And I said that, you know, I just said that to a person here a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, and they just buried her Saturday. You know, that's odd, you know. I said, Chihijaga Hofonida. I haven't seen you in a long time. Is your mother okay or fine? Chichkida is tungo. You can say Chichkida tungo. See? All right, live is Dungon legidos. Or you can say Dungon legdos. Now listen, Dungon legidos. But I said Dungon legdos is the same thing and means the same thing. Look here, Chifkida. How about your father? Remember, da is how about? How about your father? Chifkida. Imongos, still the same. Just like Chinda, right? Going back up here. Chinda, how about you? But here you're asking about your father. You can say Chifkida. Any thoughts on this? The way I'm teaching you right now. Any thoughts?
Yeah, this is really helpful.
All
It's because you're right. Speakers shorten a lot of different things, and listening to the conversations or a story or something, it's hard to track if you don't know some of these things. So
Exactly, because we speak different. You know, and I hate to say that, but now I'm going to say something that's going to reflect on me too, not just everybody, but me. We speak different from what we teach, okay? And that's, you know, but this is how we actually speak. And I want y'all to learn that too, how we actually speak to each other, and it is understood, okay? Okay, now look here, your father, Shifkida. Well, that goes back up to here. Chinda. How about you? Well, this one is saying, how about your father? You done asked about the mother, but now you're asking for the Chifkida. Imungos, still the same. We don't have by, so we say hadam, chihijathis. Hadam, chihijathis. Hadam is like again or more. Because you know, like when you're asking a child hadam, you mean like if they're eating potatoes or something, and you say hadam jiaja, you want more, or you can say again. Okay, that's where situation and environment comes in. Okay, that's where situation and environment comes in. I got a little story that I'm typing up now that's going to come in. And Desiree's been gone, and I send my work to her because she's in this room, and we just downloaded them to my board. She'll be here next week, and I got a lot more coming. So that's how come I haven't got these others up. But I got like months and the holidays that they have in them. And because we need to study months too. You need to know months, you know. So we're going to do all this stuff. Hadam Chihijath, see, we don't have here I got again. It does mean again, but this is where situation and environment comes in. And you can say either Hadam Jiaja, you want more, or you can say again, Hadam. Okay, there's different ways of using this. Okay. Okay. You hungry? And you know, well, yeah, yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. I actually had an eye surgery yesterday. But you know, we was going and I asked my husband, Jilowity, because he was driving me. He had to drive me because my eyes were all messed up. I said, Jilowity, I said, you hungry? And he didn't say Jalowies, he just said, uh-huh. See, that's regular speaking. And this Jalowies can be used in different ways. Like like one day my mom told me, you know, she said, Jalowies, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. She said, Jalowies, you know, and see, that's where situation comes in. You can say it like you're telling somebody, I'm hungry. You know, and my little granddaughter told me last night, she said, Jalowies, Grandma. Jalowies. And I said, Nagin Jiaja. I said, what do you want? And see, I'm speaking to them the way we speak. And so I'm going to do y'all the same way, okay? And so I asked my husband, Jilawidi, and he just said, uh-huh. He didn't say Jalowies. He didn't say that. But then my granddaughter used it last night. Grandma Jalowies. I'm hungry, Grandma. See, she was telling me she was. Okay. Come and eat with me. You know, we especially like we're inviting somebody to lunch or something. You say, Aktit and humbas, come and eat with me. Aktit. Aktit means come, and humbas, eat with me. Edging home basis. I will eat with you. Mado. But some says, Jin home bedis. I will eat with you. Jin home bedis. Okay. There you go, edging home bedos. There's another way. See, I guess I can eat with you. Edging home bedos. There's several ways, but that's how we speak. And I'm gonna write these over and actually do it the way we speak. And if that's all right with y'all, because I want you to learn how to speak, but I want you to learn in different ways, okay? And it says, thank you for letting me eat with you. Mado ejin humbi bayat. Mado ejin humbi bayat. Now we do say that. You know, Mado ejin humbi bayat. You know, when I was, I lived in town for a while of Hannah. And there was a little old lady that lived next door. She was by herself. So when I cooked for my kids, I'd have my kids take her plate, you know, what we were eating. And she told me, she said, she said, I was sitting there not knowing what I was going to eat. And she said, she said, the kids brought this to me. And she said, thanks for letting me eat with you. She didn't actually eat with us, but you know what? She ate the food with us, and that's what she was talking about. And you know, we would take her food, you know, every so often, if you know, and if I cooked, you know, I'd tell the kids take her plate. Dr. Ware, the kids knew. She said, "Do you want us to take a plate to her?" And I said, and they would, you know. And then we moved into town, and we moved on the other side of town, and we had a man that was by himself, which was related to my mother. And we lived in one spot, and he kind of lived across the way behind us. And my mom would tell him, take him a plate, because he was by himself too. He was by himself, no one to cook for him. He had a mother, he was living with his mother, but his mother passed, and he was an older gentleman. But he was his father was kin to my mother. So we would take him food, and my mom would say, okay, my girls, same thing, you know, take him some food. She might just, she'd fill a plate up for him, and she'd take, the kids would take it over there. And every day they'd ask, you want to take us food to him? We say, yeah. See how, and you know, of course, I've told you, you know, how my house gets filled up with, you know, people that may not have, you know, anywhere to go, no family. And that's how we treated them. My girls knows this. So every time, you know, they'll say, Mom, this person, they don't have nowhere to go. And I said, well, wait a moment. More the merrier. And they'll keep adding, you know, they'll just keep adding. And then sometimes they'll say, Mom, I invited somebody, forgot. That's fine. We got plenty of food. You know, especially holidays. You know, I hate for anybody to be by themselves during holidays, you know. And so, and then not have a holiday meal. So sometimes they'll bring their little friends over, or they'll bring their in-laws, you know. And you know, it's not holidays was meant for people to be together, because I remember my family, my grandma's sister and brothers and nephews used to show up, and during Christmas, and they would eat together. But you know, they would also exchange gifts, and you know what the gifts were? But I had never seen such happiness in people's eyes. That don't happen nowadays. But it would be a scarf or a handkerchief, socks. It would be something like that. You know, a scarf, you know, back then women were, the ladies wore scarves around their heads, so they were glad to get a scarf. Or a handkerchief for the men. And socks. If they got a pair of socks, they were so appreciative of it. You don't see that now, but you know, at my house during Christmas, I'll go buy an extra package. I'll buy about 2 packages of socks. And I'll buy women, women's socks, gloves. And stuff, and if we have unexpected visitors, we'll pass out those socks. And one year I bought deodorants, all kinds of deodorants. I bought women deodorant for women, deodorant for men, and I put coffee cups in there, glasses. I put socks. I put handkerchiefs. I put everything in a laundry basket. So the people that came over, I told them, I said, y'all pick out what y'all want. They were glad to get those. They were glad to get these little one thing, that I had in this laundry basket for them. Coffee cups. And they weren't expensive, but it was my gift to them. So they would have a little bit of something for Christmas. And deodorants, I bet you I bought 20 of them. And women and men, and then socks, we bought like 2 or 3 packages of socks for women, for men, and we bought gloves, and that's how we are. But I remember that Christmas, with my grandparents, and I was young, they would just exchange a handkerchief, and they were really happy about it. Really, really happy, So these are some of my stories I told you. Coffee mugs, perfume, cologne, funny packs, sugar free. See, yeah. Christmas says grandma's every year. That's it right there, Tony. Jonathan. It's just that way. It's the way we were as people. And you would not believe how the deodorant went, and then these kids, they had their friends. Some of them had their little friends, and that little friend comes up. He goes, is that for anybody? I said, yes. He goes, well, I needed deodorant. I said, well, go get it. And he had told his parents that told my daughter, because that was my daughter's son that he came with. He said, you know what? That's the coolest house I've ever been to. And I was like, and it was a good Christmas for these people. Okay, now look here. What do you want to cook? Nagin no fedija chiaja. What do you want to cook? This is exactly what this English is saying. Okay, exactly. What kind of food do you like to make? Hombida istuan hayat chiajidua. That's actually how I speak. Okay. Hombida istuan hayat chiajidua. Hombida's food istuan. What kind? Hayat. Do you like to make? This is to make. Do like? Do you? Now see, this is the way I'm looking at this. We didn't have vegetarian food. We were meat eaters as American Indians, as Muscogee. Meat was our primary food. And that's why we eat meat. And my family has to have meat. And I remember growing up, we had a lot of doshina. Which doshina is salt meat, Okay, but look at this. What kind of food do you like to make? But we didn't have vegetarian, but we can make a sentence saying, I cook vegetarian food. Abyss was sigon humbida haye duis. Abyss was meat, sigon means no meat. Humbida food I make. Meat, none there, food I make. Abyss was sigon humbida haye duis. Look what that came into. It came right into vegetarian food. Do you have food allergies? We didn't know what food allergies was back then, maybe. Jin hitejiga means does not make you feel good. Or doesn't make you feel good, or doesn't make you feel right. Jin he said you got ojidoa. See, food doesn't make you feel right. Is there some? But listen, translate to listen. Look what we can do with this language. Okay. Are you lactose intolerant? Lactose intolerant means lactose is like milk products, right? But look here. Not wagabisi abagat. Things with milk in it. Does it make you feel right? Does it make you feel good? Not wagabisi. Wagabisi is milk. Abagat means in it. Milk in something. Not wagabisi abagat. Look at what we can do with this, guys. I don't have to follow a recipe. I must have forgot it. It is Nagi Aida Hotsat Ojichidua. Nagi Hotsat Ojichidua. Aida. I'm craving soup. Okay. Oboswoji Jayadosh. Listen to my tone. When you say I'm craving, you're going, I just want soup. Or I'm craving soup. You say it just like this. Jayadosh means I really want it. I really want it. So I would say, Oboswoji Jayadosh. Jayadosh. You know, our people, sometimes they'll ask for something on their deathbed. They'll want softy. They'll want something traditional. My grandma, she asked for softy close to her death. She was in the hospital 2 weeks, and close to her death, she wanted softy. And you know, this woman that's known her, they were family friends that for generations still going on now, generations back, which is still going on now. She said, I'm going home, and it was about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. She said, I'll be back early in the morning. She said, I'm going to go home and make her some softy. See what people did back then? See how people did? So she said, that's what my grandma said. And that woman was sitting there, and she said, you förlägger Oshafki Hayavich. You förlägger Oshafki in Hatlet Shishalagais. She said, I'm gonna go back, make Sofki. She said, I'll bring it back. And you know, my grandma, she didn't take but maybe a spoonful of it, but she had, that's what they do. They don't just drink it like we do. They just may even take a spoonful, and that's it. My father-in-law wanted peach cobbler. And of course, they didn't know how to make it, so my husband asked me, that was his dad. He said, Becky, can you make him peach cobbler? I said, yeah. I made him peach cobbler. He just took one bite of it. See, it's just that they ask you for things. You know, they ask you for things. So you would say, Oshafki Jajosh. Obushwoji is soup. Jayajosh. Or you can say hamburger Jayajosh. Shorty Bob Jayajosh. Okay. I'm in a mood for steaks. Abyss. See, look here. Abyss is short for Abyswa. Abyshitha. Jayaji Unsh. I kind of want steaks. That's what this is saying. Jayaji Unsh. I kind of want steaks. Abyshitha. Abyshitha is good meat. Okay. And steaks are good meat. We didn't have no word for steak. We got a word for ribs. And we got a word for the thigh of a pig, ham. But we don't have a word for steaks. So we have to say good meat. Jayaji Ush. Jayaji Ush means I kind of like kind of won't stay. But this is what this saying, ain't it? I'm in the mood. Do you like spicy food? Hombida not hey boyat, a buggy giajidoa, and that's exactly how we speak, guys. Hombida is food, not hey boyat. Things that are hot. A buggy in it. Do you like? Do you want something hot or cold? Not kasapi. Hey giaja. Okay, look here. Not kasapi, something cold or hot you want. Just this short sentence is saying this right here. Do you want something hot or cold? Not kasapi, hey giaja. That's how we would speak. That's how we would speak. Should we grill something? Knock hania. Knock is something. Grill. Hanaya. Hania means should we? Should we? This language is so different, you know. And like I said, I am always trying to find a different way of teaching you. What I think you should learn or what you need to know. And if it's something that you don't need, you know, you think we need to go back, let me know. Because you're learning. I want to do everything I can to help you learn. And this is how we speak. Nakomidahaya, Ohudobahania. Hania means should we? Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so here we go. We got this. Here we go. Humbida hayagis. Let's cook. Humbida's food. Hayagis means let's cook. Let's make it. Okay. Excuse me. Let's grill some burgers. That's what we say in English. We walk around. Let's grill some burgers. Hey, you want to grill some burgers? That's what we say in English. We could say hamburger hudubagis. Let's grill hamburgers. I got some in there, but if we say hamburger hudubagis, hamburger, you can't just grill one when you got a whole lot of people there. You know, situation environment tells you you're going to grill a lot. So burgers comes in. Do you have a recipe? Do you have the recipe? Istumid hayda hojat. Hojichidua. How to make. Written, do you have? Do you have something that's written that tells you about it? See, do you have a recipe? Istumid hayda, how to make it. Hojat. Hojat, see, hojat means written. Written. It comes from the word hojejida. Hojejida. We say hojat. Hojechidoa. This is literal. How to make. Wrote you have. Written usually. Excuse me. I usually just make everything from scratch. Knock. Amidat. How we speak. Hayi beduis. Knock is things. Amidat is myself. Hayi beduis. I just make it myself. Knock amidat hayi beduis. And that's true about me right here. I make everything from scratch. One year, you know, they like fresh yams, you know, sweet potatoes is what we call them. And I said, I think this year I'm gonna get canned. Well, my daughter and my husband said, we don't want canned. It don't taste right. It don't taste like the real thing. And I said, well, if I could just go get a few cans, we'll just open them up. No, they wasn't gonna have it. But guess who peels them? Who slices them and who cooks them? Amida. Right here. Amida. So we had it, you know, and they really don't eat it, but it's just having it on a table. I guess because they should. I don't know. Anyway, I make everything from scratch. Nagami da hani beduis. We have to heat up the oven first. Jado heichi dohanis. Jado is steel. Heichi hot. Heichi dohanis. Jado hai heichi dohanis. We have to heat up the stove first. Can you peel potatoes? Ahajithihi is potatoes. Galafit shiha. Galafit shiha. Ahajithihi galafit shiha. Galafit means peel it. Peel it. Can you peel potatoes? Could you peel potatoes? Ahajithihi galafit shiha. Can you slice some vegetables? Not Lonnie. We don't have a word for like lettuce or cabbage. Anything like, oh, we do for cabbage, but we don't have it like for lettuce. But we're saying, can you cut up some green things? And if you're in the kitchen cooking, this is what situation environment says. You're talking about vegetables, ain't it? All kind. It can be any kind of vegetable, as long as it's green, or as long as it's been grown. Okay, it can be potatoes, sweet potatoes, cucumbers. It can be tomatoes. It can be anything. Not Lonnie. It can be anything. Shokahavi de watheden jayachtos. Shokahavi de watheden amochtos. Amochidos. Okay, listen to this. This is how we speak. Shokahavi de watheden jayachtos. It says want here, jayachtos. But what I'm saying, like, if somebody comes in and says, do you need help? I says, well, I need to cut the pig thigh. Or sokahavi diwatheden amojidos. I still have to cut the pig thigh. Amojidos means as I have pig thigh to cut, I have. Any questions on that? Is this confusing to y'all? Because I'm gonna go back over it again the way we speak. This is how I speak. Should I start grilling the chicken? And that's just like, should I start making bread? Should I start making the eggs? Doloshi. Hodobida aleji jahanaya. Doloshi. Doloshi's chicken. Hodobida grill. Aleji jahana. Should I start? Is the water boiling yet? Or mosca? See, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This right here. Is the water boiling yet? All we have to say is put that question in there, make that tone. Or mosca. So see, I walk in, I say, or mosca. Is the water boiling? Water boiling? Any questions? How many wants to continue this way? I know Jonathan does, but is there any other that wants to continue this way? Is there any other ones that want to continue like this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Because this is how we actually speak. You know, I can teach you one way, teach you the next way, but to me, the way we speak is what you need to learn. To me, I don't know, you know. I'm good either way. Well, either way is good, and you can ask questions like, what is this and what is that, you can still ask questions. But it's just, this is the way I speak. How many cups of flour do we need? Hochkadi is flour. Siskida is a cup. Najomin, how many do we need? How many cups of flour do we need? But this is backwards. Hochkadi siskida najoin boyaja. Flour cup, how many we need? Okay. What kind of seasoning should we add? We don't have no seasoning. Just like, okay, let's do it this way. Baking powder, we don't have a word for baking powder, so we call it abaga. Write that down, abaga. That means something you add to it, to flour. Abaga. So it says, what kind of seasoning should we add? Nagin abayahaniya. What should we add? What we're gonna put on it? What we're gonna put into this dressing? What we're gonna put on this meat? That's what you're saying. You could say okjanwa, homoji, or you can say ashokla, kuchkari. No, it's abaga. Abaga. This right here. Abaga. It's got KV. Abaga. That's baking powder. Sorry, I'm starting to cough here. Very good. Abaga. Abaga. Abaga is like something you add. And there's no word for baking powder. So when my mother used to say abaga, she goes, I would go to get baking powder for. Sorry about that. I'm still got this cough. But this is saying what we're going to add to it instead of saying seasoning. We don't have some words for some of the things that, just add only a pinch of salt. We don't have a pinch, because pinch is like this, isn't it? But we can just say, Ishtorshi, Okjanwan, Ishtorshi. Now listen to the tone. I can say just a little bit, Ishtorshi. But I can say a pinch, very little. Ishtorshi. See how that tone goes? See how that changed that meaning? Ishtorshi means a little bit. But if I say Ishtorshi, might mean just boom, little pinch. Okay? The tone. The tone. See right here, salt, very little. I can make a vinaigrette for the salad. We don't have vinaigrette. We don't have ranch. We don't have French. We don't have this. We say Lani babka is lettuce now. Lani babka is lettuce. This is actually translated to green something to eat. Sidi yumgat means mixed up. Suktanida, to pour over. Hayathis. I will make something to pour over the greens to eat. That's exactly what I'm saying right here, like green to eat mixed to pour on, I will make. Because we didn't have all these additives, back in the homelands. We didn't have, we called it Lani babka, was something to eat that's green. It is, it's, it's that's how we speak. I would speak just like this. Lani babka shidiyam God, shukchanida hayafis. I might not even say that. I might just say shukchanida hayafis. Just this. Shukchanida hayafis. Especially if I got it in front of me. That's where situation and environment comes in. That's the way it comes in. Now, if you need to know anything, questions or something, just let me know, okay? Because this speaking, this writing and this speaking is just a little bit different what we've been studying. But the sounds are still there. Look here. Lani, Paka, Sidiam, Gat. Sok, Chanida, Hayatis. See how that goes? Drink water here. Really good. Okay. Do you want to grate some cheese over it? Whoa. Wagabisi dalegi is cheese. Abayas chiachtumat. Abayas means added. Okay. If you want. Wagabisi dalegi is cheese. Abayas chiachtumat. This says, do you want to grate cheese over it? We don't have grate. So we're going to say, if you want to add it, go ahead. Wagabisi dalegi. Abayas chiachtumat. Cheese, add it if you want. Same thing here. You want to grate cheese over it. Can you set the table? Oh, hombida. Ayok hoboye chiha. Ayok hoboye chiha. Table, put things on, can you? Okay. These cookies don't have nuts in them, right? Oh, look here. Right here. These cookies don't have nuts in them, right? Taglek chambuji uji godosh. Makto kitcha. Makto kitcha. Taglek chambuji. Remember, taglek chamba is cake. Remember, taglek chambuji. Uji at the end is cookie. Uji is nut. Uji godos. Don't have it in there. Didn't you say? Makto kitcha? Makto kitcha means, did you say that? Did you say that there were no nuts in the cookie? So look here. Cookies, nuts don't have, didn't you say? These cookies don't know, and this is where this comes in, right? These cookies don't have any nuts in them, right? Well, see this right, she's asking a question, right? This right here say, didn't you say there was no nuts? Taglek chamboji uji, uji, this is longi. Uji godos makto kitcha. We'll keep the cheese separate from everything else. Wagabasi dalegi, eat a man. Uji duiatis. Cheese, somewhere else we'll put. Fried chicken. Okay, look here. This is formal. Dolosi sakboski. We say dolos sakboski instead of saying dolosi. We say dolos sakboski. We cut it off. That's how we always say it. Dolos sakboski. Right here. Formal, dolosi hodupki. The way we speak, we say dolos hodupki. Boiled chicken, dolosi moski. But we don't say that, we say dolos moski. Vegetables, not lani. Things that are green. Just a little bit, a pinch. Istoshi. Ham, sokahabi, pig fat. Vinaigrette to pour over green things. Sukjanida, not lani, sukjanida. Something to pour over greens. Something to pour over vegetables. Any questions? Okay, we're gonna go back to this. I'm just kind of going over stuff to him. Desiree gets back and can download I sent it to her computer to download it here, because she's right here. She hasn't been here. So I'm kind of going back over things. Look here. Who will think Lanoji Shulgin OJ dos? I have a lot, and this can be. Okay, Mado Jonathan, Hadam Jihijahe. Mado. So, who will think Lanoji Shulgin OJ dos? I have a lot of pennies. You can make this a lot of pennies, or you can have millions. Who will think Lanoji Shulgin OJ dos? Listen to tone. Pobosig Lanoji Shulgin OJ dos. I have a lot of pins. Pobosig Lanoji. Lanoji is something yellow, little yellow. Pobosig is short for Pobostinga. Think. Smart. Has a lot of thinking. Galaksuji Ojichigo. Galaksuji is a nickel. Ojichigo means ojit means do you have? Chigo, do you have a nickel, do you? Galaksuji. Galaksuji is like cut off some. A dime is very thin. Nafkabuji. Daskujushi duis. Daskujushi means thin. And this can mean anything, guys. That can mean a thin curtain. A thin cake. The cake was very thin. The cookie was very thin. Nakabuji is middle of something. That, of course, y'all know where, I don't know if I told y'all that story to the quarter. Gansatka. Right here. Gansatka. Gun is short for Egan. Egan. Egana. Egan Satka. Satka means an acre. Gansatka. Back in the day, story goes that they sold the land. They bought the land for quarter an acre. So that's where that comes from. Egansatka means land, acre land. But they call it Gansatka. The apple costs 25 cents or a quarter. Sarasako Gansatka Hange in Fakidos. You have to add a number to this to say it was a quarter, even if it was just a quarter. Gansatka Hange. Okay, 1. The sweets cost 50 cents or 2 quarters. You would say Jamba. Jamba, some sweet. Gansatka Hokkolen in Fakidos. Oop, I forgot the in right here. Sorry about that. In Fakidos. In Faki means that's what it costs. So, any questions? I have 75 cents or 3 quarters. Gansaka Duchinen Ojedos. We don't have a word for just 75 cents, so we have to say 3 quarters. Okay. Gansaka Austin Ojedos. I have 4 quarters. What does that go to? Dognawa Hangen in Fakidos. Dognawa's money, Hangen means 1, so actually it means a dollar bill. It costs $1. Dognawa Hangen in Fakidos. Dognawa Balin, Ojitska, do you have $10? Dognawa's money? And see, the formal way they say is Dognawa, but I don't never say that. I say Dognawa. Balin, Balin means 10. Ojitska, do you have? Dognawa. Bali Hokkolen, Ifa Infak. Mado April. Mado. Y'all guys, I sure respect you for taking this language. So what little time you got in here, that's all it takes. The dog costs $20. Don't know a Bali Hokkolen. Look here. Bali is 10, Hokolin is 2 10s. 2 10s. Ifa, intakidos. Right here is saying money, 10, 2, dog, it cost. Dog cost $20. Any questions on the way I'm doing this the way I speak? I can teach you formal and that's good. But hardly anybody, we cut off words, we add words, we do this, we do that. And I want y'all to learn that too. How we actually speak to each other in conversation. So I'm gonna call it, there's like 2 minutes left. And next week I'll have a lot more stuff on here. Cause Desiree's not here this week, and so I've been sending it to her computer, and then she sends it to me on this board, and then I download it on this board, and she's not here to do that, so I will speak at y'all later. And if y'all have any thoughts on the way this is going, let me know. If y'all need to go back, let me know. If you need to hear things that we've done, let me know. Because if you don't let me know, I can just keep moving on and you're lost. I don't want you lost. I don't want you lost. I don't want you lost because I want you to learn this language. And it's going to take y'all to keep this language alive. And I'm going to tell you something. What I share with y'all on here will be with you, hopefully, for the rest of your life. Even the little stories. You can pass it down to your kids. Pass it down to your kids. Tell these little stories to them because that's getting lost too. Okay, Mado Jigetsaget, are you behind this? I'm gonna tell y'all Mado and I'll see y'all boxing. Boxing Jihitagata. Oh, I know, Mado.
Baru.
Uh,
Baru.
You got.